Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Darkness in Dublin, a venue and chronicle for Vampire the Masquerade. Tonight, we set our scene with Francis, who has received an SMS from Monique, who has taken to a shooting range, a shooting club, just outside of Dublin, all the way to the south, of which there are several, in fact. Monique having paid a tidy sum of money to just clear the place out for the evening, perhaps in tandem with some of her gifts in the art of presents, and has extended its opening hours specifically for herself and any friends she may bring with her. Francis is taking a car ride down. Inside his rather large vehicle is packed a significant amount of weaponry. It takes him about 20-30 minutes to get down, as he lives on the south side of Dublin, but this is to his southwest, so it actually takes him a bit of time. But when he finds his way, and once he arrives, Minnie can hear a car pulling up outside the shooting club. And she stops shooting, and Francis can probably hear the gunshots. She'll see Francis. He is opening up the boot of his car, and he is seems to be taking out various weapons.
She would come out to help, but clothing doesn't allow it. So yes, she's wearing a short black dress with thigh-high boots, like 3-inch heel, not carrying stuff, just shooting.
Oh, pardon?
No, I just said she won't help with the carrying because clothing. She wears short dress and thigh-high boots with 3-inch heel, so yeah, just shooting, not carrying anything.
As he enters the gun club, he spots you. On him, you see a large pump action shotgun with a suppressor on it.
Mm. Apparently, there's a cat in the neighborhood.
Cat, apparently, which does not seem particularly pleased to see either of them. And you also see him with a revolver. Actually, two. One is one does actually have a suppressor on it. Yeah.
Revolvers, eh?
Not ideal.
Yeah. I wouldn't really know what would be ideal in this situation, honestly, though. Yeah.
Not ideal in that they're difficult to... They don't conventionally take to suppressors. This was the only one I could find which actually can use one. And it took a bit of work getting it to this point.
Yeah, but the suppressors are decreasing their damage, though. Don't they?
I don't want to make a lot of noise.
Use a pillow.
Though you may be right, I may not need to be quiet if we're fortunate.
Yeah, what are the chances of that?
Well, I'm looking to acquire a target in transit on a clear stretch of road. They'll probably be heading towards the coast of the airport, but I think they'll be heading towards the airport. That was the original plan.
How do you expect to do it? And we need them alive, right?
Not necessarily, but it's preferable.
Yeah.
From
I'm
out of his
talking
jacket,
about
he
an
pulls out
Archon
two.
here.
Yes, but she almost died once in Dublin already. He pulls out two stakes from his jacket. Don't touch those. He's wearing gloves. In the case that we have to leave one behind, you don't want to leave your aura on it.
All right.
That can be tracked. It's why I'm using revolvers.
I've never used a revolver before. I only have this, and this shows you the plain Glock, pretty much. Yes, I know it's not very strong, but I didn't expect I would need to. You know.
Baby first gun.
Oh, how hard can it be? I don't know. Does it have more recoil?
A revolver packs a lot more kick than that. And this, he holds up the shotgun and literally just fires at a target, which probably just shreds it because it's a fucking shotgun.
Oh, not bad.
This definitely so. His aim is ridiculously precise.
You have 2 dots. I have 3. I'm better.
He has 5 dots of celerity. His dice pool would be inhumanly high.
Okay, fine.
It's
Fine.
literally, it's impossible for a human to be as precise as him, that's why I say it.
Yeah.
He actually has a dice more than humans can physically possess, so he is inhumanly talented with a firearm, even with his average, otherwise average skill.
Yeah, but we're not going against humans here.
Do you have 11 dice?
I don't know how many dice I have. Let me see. What would it be? Dex, firearms, and celerity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if this thing loads. Okay, 3, 6, 8. 8 dice. Not that bad.
How much, sorry?
8.
Very good. Top marksman.
But I'm a fucking weakling.
Still 8 dice. It's a lot compared to humans.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
how much reduction will there be on vampires, though?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
Francis just shoots, just kind of picks off a few targets from a fairly long distance with a shotgun.
Well, since you're trying to impress, Monique will take back her gun, put a new clip in, and start shooting pretty much. Good release, too.
It's not about impressing you, it's about being prepared.
Yeah, about that.
There's no do-over on this.
How am I supposed to prepare for something like this?
I have equipment for you in my car.
Should we go check them out?
If you want.
I mean...
And here I was just getting warmed up, but...
What?
He was referring to his gun.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, and here I was just getting warmed up, but if you want, yes.
Well, I've been warming up for some time. Let's try something with a little bit more kick.
You seem to be a good shot. Don't bring that to... He points at the Glock. Don't bring that, by the way.
Don't bring that where?
To the mission.
Oh, yeah.
It leaves behind shell casings. They can be analysed. That's why you can see I have these guns. They don't leave shell casings, and the shotgun has smooth bores. That means its rifling can't be matched to the weapon particularly easily.
Can't we modify it somehow to, I don't know, collect the shell casings?
That you could do that for bolt action.
Mm.
As long as you pulled on the bolt slowly, or just opened up your palm when you pulled on the bolt, you could simply catch a shell casing. When you can do that when you reload a revolver, you just release the shell casings, catch them, put them in your pocket, and then reload the weapon.
Yeah.
But
How heavy is this thing?
are you talking about shotgun?
About whatever I'm going to be using.
Well, you're going to be weighed down slightly. You're going to be wearing a riot mask and Kevlar. He kind of starts walking to his vehicle.
I hope it comes in Gucci.
It better. I've got some padded trousers for your legs. It's possible the Archon may attempt to simply hamstring us and escape rather than fight us. 1 moment.
Yeah. Will she know who we are?
She'll know who I am. I met her. That's why I'm wearing a mask.
You're a bit muffled. I can't hear you very well.
Okay. Well, that's why we'll be wearing masks, Monique. Ultimately, it won't matter. Not if we succeed.
I think there's something wrong with your microphone because I hear you very muffled.
One sec.
Yeah.
Feeling better now?
No, it's even worse.
Oh, that's not very good. How about now?
Same.
I can't get my mic much closer to my face.
What did you do? What did you change?
It doesn't matter.
Well, it kind of does because I can't understand what you're saying.
You can understand me, goddammit. How about now?
So.
Alright, we'll work with it.
Um,
I'm trying to outfit you the best I can. I've got a few stakes, some guns. Some heavy armor should protect you against part of her potence, if she has any.
well, I don't know if that would be necessary. I do have a few lives left. Not feeling really eager to use them up, to be honest, but
Then
it's for
don't.
you. It's you I worry about more.
I'm fine. I have all the equipment I need. Everything I'm giving you, I'm giving to myself as well. But even if you have a bunch of lives, that doesn't mean you should risk them.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it unless it's absolutely necessary.
She's an Archon. I mean, that armor could be the difference between you and your life. She could burn through 3 of them. I don't really know how powerful she is. That's precisely the reason we shouldn't take any chances.
Okay. What will happen when the Desticar arrives?
I don't know. That's going to be a problem.
I just hope I don't have to meet her.
But that issue may resolve itself. I'm also considering bringing along another kindred.
Does anyone else know?
No, and she won't until the deed is done.
Who were you thinking?
Emily Stevenson. She's an outcast from both the Camarilla and the Anarchs. She has nothing to lose. And she needs protection and someone who will vouch for her.
If you think she will be an asset and increase our chances of success, then go for it, I suppose.
She's a gangrel. She can take a lot of damage. And if we're in a situation where we must kill, her claws will give us the edge.
Is she old?
No, she's a neonate. But I suspect very heavily that she is former Sabat. Which means she's taken her fair share of licks.
Yeah. Can we trust her, though?
No.
I assume she will not know all the details until...
She only knows that the sheriff is offering her protection in exchange for a task. She will only know the target when we come face to face, and at that point she won't have much of a choice.
Okay. So let's think about all the ways that this could go sideways. Like, what kind of force are we talking about here? Like, she probably has people around her.
Wouldn't surprise me if she travelled in a convoy, in which case we'll need to take out the vehicle at the front and the back first. But she doesn't have many assets here.
Well, if we do it on the road, we could use road spikes.
That would require us to get ahead and plant a trap in advance.
Well, assuming that we learn her road plan, I don't see why it couldn't be done.
I don't have.
Yeah, but you have connections.
I don't have access to that. Trust me, it's something I considered. But I think our best course of action is to simply stake out the building and attack her as she leaves to go to the airport or the coast. She's going to be leaving soon. That much I know.
If it's close to her building, however, wouldn't her people come after us?
I have an unmarked vehicle, tinted windows. We can use that. I have made preparations for transport so that we may be inconspicuous. I bought an unmarked vehicle from a shop. Several, actually.
Okay, that's good, I suppose.
Will blend in fairly naturally with other vehicles alongside the road. And the security is focused on their grounds, not what's going on outside. So as long as we maintain a good distance, we should be able to creep up on them.
I hope. I don't know. Forgive me if I don't seem to be very confident about this. I've, I've never done anything like this. I mean, not even close.
Most kindred never do. Even I'm punching above my weight on this one.
Oh, I hope I don't screw it up.
We'll need to take advantage of our numbers. We'll need to isolate the Archon. If we can do that, we should be fine.
What happens if we fail?
Oh, we die.
Okay. How did you get mixed up into this?
I began investigating the one who tried to kill her in the first place.
So your brain screwed up for doing your job?
Basically. Needless to say, the one who actually ordered the assassination had very good reasons for doing so. And it's very, very high up on the food chain. I can't give a name right now, but it will become very apparent who it is once if we succeed.
Thing is, I mean, why did you save her in the first place then?
I didn't know that she was compromised. I saved her because she was an Archon of our clan. It's my duty to protect her. And if I have to risk my life for her, then that is my duty. That is what I will do.
Yeah, but I don't see how this is your fault. I mean, you were not informed of anything. You were just doing your job. This is one of the things I will never get about our society. It's like
It's politics,
some.
Dean. It's simply politics. They need a scapegoat. I'm the scapegoat. I need to dig myself out of this hole. And I say dig because I don't have a ladder. In other words, in order to get out of my grave, I need to dig deeper. There is some
That may
important
be true.
information, however,
And
about the
what's that?
Archon. She is vulnerable to silver.
We could use that.
It's like fire or sunlight to her. I've seen it before.
So, does it damage her or does it impair her?
Both. Silver. It is.
I may have some idea.
It does immense physical damage to her, but unless she were using gloves, I doubt she could even touch it. Still, that would be useful if we were actively trying to kill her.
Well,
Unfortunately, we need to incapacitate her, preferably via staking. If we torpor her, I don't know how long it will take for her to wake up again.
we'll have to explore every angle. And the silver thing, it gives me ideas. I mean, okay, I'm no expert or anything, but we've dabbled a bit with chemistry when I was in university. We could make something like a silver bomb.
That's what they did to her when they tried to kill her the first time. They put
Oh,
silver shrapnel in the car bomb.
could we make an improved version of that and have it like the last resort?
I don't think we have time now. I think we've got a few nights. So I need to get Emily involved now before we run out of time.
Mm. Like for the last, I don't know, more than a decade, I've never been in this position, actively thinking that I might actually die. The things we take for granted.
Mm.
She'll take a break and start shooting on the targets again pretty aggressively. And he can probably see her aura is a bit crazy at the moment. Like flame color, like orange and red and silver.
I think I may be a bit of a cursed item.
What? What item?
I'm just saying I'm playing up the role of protector here, yet I seem to have both put you and Katrina in grave danger. It's ironic.
Yeah, you said that we're in danger, but you didn't say by whom.
I suppose that depends. Just Cargill, Prince Seneschal.
Katrina shouldn't be involved in this. She doesn't know. I mean, all that happened is that she saw the obsidian lantern, nothing further than that. I would hate it to be the reason for anything bad happening to her.
Madame Gill doesn't like loose ends.
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
Madame Gill does not like loose ends.
Yep. Nope. Something isn't very. That's weird because my connection is fine, but I can't hear you very clear. It's like you're cutting off.
It's because I'm mumbling. It's because I'm mumbling a little bit. I have to be quiet because like everybody around me is asleep. So
Well, yeah, that's why I'm in the fucking living room talking on the phone. Yeah, put the microphone closer then. I don't know what kind of mic you have. That's what I was doing the other day.
Trying my best.
Nah, that's even worse.
Oh, God damn it.
See if you can increase the microphone volume from the device.
I'll give it a shot. One minute.
One more?
One minute.
Yeah.
Try to find a mic here if I can. Device manager.
Shouldn't it be in the sounds menu? And your clicking is loud.
How about now?
A bit better, yeah.
I maxed it out. Turn that off to do. All right. Yeah, Francisco's on.
I forgot where we left off.
Pardon? I'm sorry I dragged you into this mess.
Well, we're in it now. I mean, part of me thinks that I really don't know how to express it. I'm angry, you know. I'm angry at you, at myself. I don't know if I was supposed to be part of it. I mean, the whole tattoo situation makes me think maybe that's the reason I got it. I don't know. But I'll be honest with you, you really broke my confidence the other night.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry is just a word. I don't understand why.
I think I told you why.
Yeah, about your heart being dead for 200 years. Is that why?
I remember when we went out to that gallery.
I couldn't hear that.
I remember when we went out to that gallery.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me if you asked me what it was like to have been around as long as I've been around.
Mm-hmm.
Something to that effect. And I told you it was very difficult to describe.
Yeah, but I don't know if that explains that. You invited me there to like test me, or I don't know what. But if by saying that your heart is dead means that you're trying to turn mine into stone, I don't know how that works out.
No, I'm not trying to turn you to stone. The complete opposite, to be honest.
It's a weird way to show it, you know? And to be fair, I I don't buy it. I mean, I know, and you can't deny it, that even for a moment, you did feel something. Your heart isn't dead, you're just repressing your emotions. What are you afraid of?
There's a lot in the world that concerns me, Monique.
Again, repeat.
There's a lot in the world that concerns me, Monique. I've seen it.
Yeah, but you're
I've
afraid to open up. I what I think is that you're you're in cycles. You're a slave to this fear. Like if you open yourself up, you're gonna be weak. Love is not a weakness, Francis. It's, it's the greatest force out there. It's an undying drive and a higher motivation, even higher code of honor.
trust is dangerous in our society.
I'm not asking you to trust everyone. You can see me. I'm an open book to you. But I find it strange. You always claim that you're so close to your humanity, and yet you deny yourself the one thing that truly defines humanity. Tell me about the obsidian lantern, the prophecies. Do you believe those?
I don't know.
Yeah, but you met with him, you listened to him. You're going on an adventure based on what he told you,
No, I'd
and
have
you
to do
dragged
this
me in it.
regardless. No, you dragged yourself
Yes,
into this by eavesdropping. If you hadn't done that, you wouldn't be here.
I call that eavesdropping. I call it being worried. How would I be able to react if something happened? I don't know what was happening. I
You
saw your
know,
expression change in within split seconds. What would you have done?
Monique, do you know what got me in this position? You already know. It was the fact that I wouldn't stop looking for the truth. And then I found that I knew too much, and I wound up in this do or die situation. And then you ended up knowing too much, and you wound up in exactly the same situation.
Don't you find that odd though? How did we end up in the same situation? Is that an accident? Or were we placed here for a reason?
I don't believe in fate, I do believe in patterns.
So let me ask you this. How is it that the moment that I end up being involved in your fight, we found out that I'm basically bulletproof? Is that a coincidence too?
No, you asked.
Indeed. But
And you bought the answer. But that's not to do with me.
perhaps not. Are you certain though? I can't ignore that.
Ignore what?
It's just, no matter how we say it, Francis, we're in it together now and we have to see it through. And if we are to succeed, we need to be confident in each other fully. And if that happens, and if it comes to it, I promise you, I can be your shield and I can make you unstoppable.
No, don't be my shield.
I would be, if necessary.
The last thing I want. This is the last thing I want. The only way it could get any worse is if you were putting yourself at risk for me in this situation, and you more than you already are.
That might be the case, but you can't deny the possibility that it might be the only way. And like it or not, we'll have a few tries. The problem is, I don't know if I'm there yet.
What do you mean?
I don't think if I'm confident enough to be able to do that. I know that you do. It's what you've been doing. You find it to be your duty.
I'm not confident at all. I'm going into this half expecting to die. When I was first embraced, I was put on the front lines of a Sabbat guerrilla conflict in the north side of England. And ever since that night, I've been fighting a war non-stop for 200 years. And every fight I go in knowing that it's possible and even likely that I may die. I fought Anarch warlords, barons, Sabbat, Templars, Preskai paladins. I've had
So what, are you
fights.
welcoming it? Do you welcome it?
No,
The possibility of death? I don't.
and neither do I. But I accept it for what it is. I've had I have spent months where all my limbs were severed and I was bound to a Sabbat bishop because I got caught out and they wanted something to play with. I'm not confident we'll succeed, but I'm not scared of the alternative.
This is what I'm saying, though. To me, going into this, I mean, you know how I feel. It will be easier, perhaps, knowing that you are going into it for something bigger than yourself. That's how it works with me.
At first, I was doing it so I could survive. The individual I'm now beholden to is not someone I trust, and my faith in the camera has been shaken immensely.
Do you
Now I'm
trust
doing.
me?
Yes.
To what extent?
I don't know how much more I can trust you, but with my life.
I can't argue that. Reason being that I don't know. I don't know what it is that you want to know about my own feelings, but that is not enough.
And I want. What I want is for you and Katrina to be safe. This is why I'm doing this now. It's kind of strange, actually. He gives a wry smile.
Well,
You
you're
being
doing
here,
this because you have to.
that's the thing. You being here is the last thing I want, yet it gives me a higher reason for fighting.
Me being here could be a catalyst to either success or failure. That's how I see it.
Be the former? I prefer the former.
Do you understand my concerns in this?
Why do you think I don't want you to shield me?
Do you think I would?
I think you would.
Again, I didn't hear you.
He says, I think you would.
I don't know if I'm certain. I know that for you it's the matter of duty. For me, my first instinct has always been I want to survive. And now I'm put in the situation where I have to potentially ignore this instinct.
If it helps, I'm not acting out of duty, more so desperation. Me being sheriff is a duty, but this isn't about being a sheriff. This isn't in my job description. I shouldn't be here, and if I wasn't legal, would you?
It's a strange situation. By the way, how is Izora looking?
Hmm. One moment. Get on the colours. How is her aura looking?
Well, a bit mottled, shifting colors, going between blue and silver, orange, red, back again. And pink.
Francis's is somewhat similar. He's, but it's less mottled, more static. Um, with a bit of shifting between orange, silver, pinpricks of blue, and a bit of deep red because Monique is just kind of
I mean, she's wearing thigh-high boots. Come on.
a bit grey as well, though.
Expected. Maybe we should change the subject to something more merry. Things have been dire lately. I will need a couple more days. Then I can give you something.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
Why is that?
Because you've got so many presents for me and I've given you nothing in return. Doesn't seem very fair. I feel like a bit of a cheapskate.
I would never think of that.
Liar.
I'm not lying. It's that I'm I'm drowning in things, you know. I'm constantly getting things. Delano's constantly giving me things. I don't want things.
Oh, and then what do you want? Just kind of wraps his arms around her.
I think you know. Let's get a bit closer.
But I want to hear you say it.
Well, first things first. I understand your reservations. I do. Maybe not fully, but you know, I'm trying my best here. And I'll try to put your mind at ease. And I'll be honest with you, I have expectations.
Oh,
I mean, in the end, you'll decide.
mm-hmm.
That's what you said, after all. I only wish it would have been done under different circumstances.
Can't always afford to be choosy.
What?
Can't always afford to be choosy.
Oh, but you are, it seems. It might be a good thing that we ended up in this position.
He smokes.
Didn't hear things.
Well, he just smokes. Kind of
You
swaying
know,
from side to side.
you can laugh if you want, but I think we can be stronger together. Having something to fight for. Don't you agree? And still kind of playfully nuzzle in his neck.
I think I do. His lips will meet hers.
And still kissing back. Pretty passionately, I'd say. And I guess her aura is a bit less red and more on the deep red.
So,
So, what now?
so your place or mine?
Or you can shoot the cameras and you can stay right here.
I like your daring. And I think that's where we can end the scene.
Didn't hear that.
I think that's where we can end the scene. If it's good with
Again.
you. I think that's where we can end the scene.
Mm-mm.
I don't like you anymore.
Like, it's hard to hear because I'm with earbuds. I don't have the normal headphones that I have on the PC, so type it.
Darling,
Yeah, how the fuck do I sleep? Mm.
Alright. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you much for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.